Mr. Speaker, members, this is a simple amendment which creates fairness and parity in our tax code. Currently, commercial real estate landlords are actually taxed, if you can believe it, for the taxes that they collect from their tenants in triple net leases. I believe this is acceptable to the author. Move passage.
Mr. Turner, for what purpose?
Yes.
That explanation was a little bit clipped.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Mr. Chairman. So under current tax statute, when a landlord collects what are referred to as triple net reimbursements, which is insurance, taxes, and maintenance for the buildings that they maintain on behalf of the tenant, that currently those reimbursements that the landlord collects and pays out to different vendors, taxing authorities, utilities, maintenance companies, insurance companies. Right now, we, the state of Texas, are being taxed. There's a franchise tax on those reimbursements.
So what is
on what are commonly referred to in the real estate business as pass-throughs.
So what?
It's the same principle that Ms. Thompson had, where a deposit that's being held in escrow by an agency that's going from, the landlord is holding it on behalf of the tenant to be given to, for instance, a taxing authority. We're actually taxing the money even though the landlord has got nothing to, it's going from the tenant, landlord's holding on to it for a period of time, and then handing off to the taxing authority. We're taxing it under the franchise tax provisions.
So what does your amendment do? My
amendment exempts those pass-throughs from the franchise tax.
And what does your amendment cost?
The amendment costs several $1 million. It's
when you say several million, are you saying
several million with an M?
How many several millions?
10 to 20. Oh, the chairman tells me it's 50 million. I'm corrected.
Is this amendment going to be acceptable to the author?
It is not acceptable to the author. But let me say this. This is grossly unfair in our tax code. It's not right. These landlords are holding in escrow money on behalf of their tenants that they are then handing over to someone else. It's not a revenue stream for them.
And Representative Taylor?
Yes.
And where do you suggest that we take the $50 million from out of HB1?
Well, I think the point here is that we need to take a strong stand for fairness in our tax code.
And where do we take the $50 million from?
My understanding is in a general revenue bill, we don't have to do that.
I'm sorry?
In a general, you're about to teach me something here, Mr. Speaker.
Well, I just want to know who's going to give up the 50 in order to pay for your amendment.
In an appropriations bill, do we have to do that?
I think you do if you want to balance the budget. Are you fiscally conservative?
Quite.
Do you believe in a balanced budget?
Very much.
Do you believe in deficit spending?
Absolutely not.
Then why are you presenting us with this amendment?
Because I think we need to have tax fairness, tax parity, and right now what we're doing to the landlords in this state is not fair.
Do you believe that households ought to balance their budget?
Absolutely.
Do you believe the state ought to balance its budget?
Without a doubt.
Then when you are taking $50 million away, where are you getting $50 million from?
Hold on.
You've made your point, and you can withdraw your amendment.
Okay. I'd like to pull down this amendment and read the next one.
Okay. You're a good guy.